Hey y'all, it's me. So I just wanted to share something that I've been going through recently. I actually had a mind battle, and I mean we all go through this from time to time. Let me sit down. We all go through mind battles from time to time, and we wonder what decision to make, which way to go, and we get conflicting information or conflicting advice, and we don't know what to do. So I just want to give a testimony of of mine, and I recently had a decision to make, as to to walk out on faith and to leave, or to remain in what I was doing and be presented with a possible opportunity to advance myself or whatnot. And honestly, it made sense to remain. It made sense. It was risky to go, to take a step, to do that. But at the end of the day, in my heart, when I made the decision, and though I wavered, but when I set my mind to going towards that, I had a peace about me. And when I got advice from others, be it good friends, be it people that were actually, more biblically knowledgeable, or more seasoned in their walk with God, it conflicted with what I felt like God was telling me. This was not just something that was just put on the table and I was just making a decision. This is something that I felt God had told me, and I had peace with that. But when I got conflicting advice, conflicting information from other people, then, and I start throwing logic in there, it started to confuse me. And then I had to sit back and think. I'm like, wait, and God actually helped me to get to this. Like, when is the moment that you become confused? When you're presented with this conflicting advice or information or logic? Or is it with the voice that you feel like was God? Is that what's making you conflicted? And I got to the point where I had to identify what was the lie. And one big way to know what's a lie, what's coming from flesh, people speaking to you, what's coming from the Spirit, the Holy Spirit putting something inside you, an idea, um, direction, God speaking to you. What's spiritual, and what's gonna keep you in, what's gonna make you remain in who you used to be or who you are, and and then what's gonna stretch and grow you and make you into the person that's closer to God. So you kind of gotta spiritually reason in that way. So when I got to that point, I had to call out the lie. And it's not just I identify like, oh, well, you know, I'm going to go with what God told me. I'm just go. It wasn't just that. I had to literally call out the lie, because until I got to that point where I called it out and I said, hey, what so and so told me, that's a lie. What so and so told me, that's a lie. I literally was wrestling. I had said it in my mind, oh no, what God told me, that's what God told me, that's what I'm going with. But then these thoughts kept infiltrating, these thoughts from other people. I'm like, well, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I don't hear God right. I'm not as seasoned as this person. Let me tell you something. When God speaks to you, he speaks to you. And your discernment is going to come when you realize when he speaks to you, if it brings peace into your heart, if it's going to bring you closer to him, and if it's going to take you away from who you used to be. If something going to make you remain in your comfort zone, in people please, that's not God. And that's why I kept going in these cycles in life, because God would tell me things, and then somebody else would come in with this conflicting information. Somebody I trusted, somebody I felt that was more seasoned in the word than me, they would come in with this conflicting information, and I would say, oh, I would question what God told me. Question like, oh, maybe I'm not hearing God right. But this time I did the opposite. I said, you know what? I heard God right, because God would tell me this all the time. He said, you question yourself, and then it pulls you away from worthy. It's God that makes you worthy. It's not me. It's not the decisions I make. It's God that makes me worthy. So what God tells me, that's what I'm going with. So this time I'm going with it. And I've lost friends in the process. I've because of I can't receive deceptive information. If I know it's deception and I know it's not from God and you're constantly telling me it is, I can't listen to that. So at that point, I have to cut you off. I cannot entertain that because that's going to take me away from the opportunity or what God's trying to do in my life. And let me tell you something. This is a pseudo blind walk. I don't know what, but I'm walking in faith. And God's already given me confirmation. God's already revealed some things. And it's crazy because God been telling me. He been telling me and I didn't want to listen. And not just that, I was wondering and pondering, Lord, is this you? Or what does this mean? Or what does this look like? And trying to align it and trying to be safe. And I'm not at that point no more. I know God spoke to me. I know what he said. I know what the lies were. Today, well, actually yesterday, I spoke against the lies for the first time. I verbally, openly, I spoke against what the lies were individually. I just said, that's a lie, that's a lie, that's a lie. And when I tell you, from that moment, it was like a power came in me. And literally from that moment, peace, peace in my mind, in my heart. I'm not going back and forth anymore. So I just wanted to encourage someone today. If God told you something, listen. I don't care if it's your preacher, your pastor. I don't care if it's your friend, your best friend who been there before. I don't care what it is. When God tells you something, believe it. And not just that, God's going to give you little inklings, revelations of things along the way. You have to listen to that. He gives us signs. He gives us signs, y'all. But I just wanted to encourage somebody today, if you're battling, if you're on your mind about a decision or about a person or about whatever, what did God say? I don't care what your mama said, your sister, your best friend, like I said, your homeboy. What did what did God say? And leave it at that. And there will be a peace. And when someone speaks something to you that's a lie, that's basically contrary to what God told you, you don't have to get confrontational. Just go to yourself, get in your secret place and say, or get with a trusted friend and call out the lies. This was a lie. This is a lie. This is a lie. Because guess what? The enemy gonna keep infiltrating if he think he got you. If he think he could keep getting you to wave back and forth. But when you outright say it and let him know, no, that's a lie, and I identify it as a lie, he gonna leave you alone. He gonna leave you alone, y'all. I got a piece that I can't explain yesterday, when this all came to me. And I feel great. There's some great things about to happen. I'm really, really excited. And I'm not ashamed of my past. I'm grateful that I went through the cycles and I went in circles. And I'm grateful for that because it got me strong. It got me to a point where I'm convinced. It got me to a point where can't nobody tell me nothing no more if it ain't God. I don't care what you feel, what you think. What did God say? If God didn't speak to you directly about me, if he didn't say that, I don't want to hear it and I don't receive it. I do not receive it. I receive God. My yes is to God and only him. It's not even to myself. So anyway, I hope y'all be blessed. I hope this blesses y'all. Remember, voice of reason, is it spiritual? Is it fleshly? Did it come in a spiritual way or did it come at you in a fleshly way? Weigh it like that. Call out the lie when you hear it. Call it out and don't receive it. Talk to y'all soon.